am I showing up authentically? Is
Mhm.
is the identity that people recognize who I truly am at my core? And so I think that is important to evaluate. I think that's important to question. Now, as the loneliness coach, in addition to those things that you mentioned, the exercise and those kinds of things, what is it that drives you to go after that mission? And how did you arrive there? And I'm not talking about the story of your life and those kinds of things, but I'm talking about what was the thing that made you make the decision that I'm going to be intentional about eradicating loneliness?
Yeah, I think it was that conversation with that coach, and it was that same right after we had that conversation, I went back to that same conference. And, he said to me, "So, Nathan, when you show up," because we were both going to this conference, because that's how
What
we got
conference was
connected.
it, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, it's the Summit of Greatness with Lewis
Ah,
Howes. And, he said, "So, Nathan, now that we've had this conversation, how does that impact how you're going to show up at the conference?" And, I went with the intention that I'm going to show up and I am going to be as much of myself as possible. And in any conversation I have, I want somebody to leave that conversation and feel like that guy understands me. That
mm.
guy saw me for me. And I can tell you, when I got to that place, like, I feel it right now as we're talking. Like, I just feel the energy of connection, like, emanating out of me. And it was just beautiful conversations and connections. And I just remember this one guy being like, "I don't know why I'm hugging you, but I feel like I need to give you a hug." And that was just because of the conversations that I was having. And it I think that is, like you were just saying, it's a human thing, but I also think that my disability plays a huge role in me being the loneliness coach, because it gives me the space and created the opportunity for me to be a non-threatening dude in the world.
It allows
and
you to
I
be just a dude, huh?
and I can use that to my advantage. I can use that to my advantage to get connected to people in ways that other people may not be able to do. And it's because of a preconceived notion of what something means that most people mark that as a negative thing. And I think it's one of the most powerful things that I have. Like, I think that it allows me to make connections in a way where I'm truly present, because I know what it's like to have people look at you, move to the other side of the street, or have their kids come up and want to talk to you, and they're pulling the kids away. And it's just because there's a lack of understanding there.